I had a request to show how you would create an effect whereby something is composited into a television or a picture or something like that. So this is a very, very basic example of how it's done, but the principles obviously apply. So we've got a shot here. There's a little bit of a jump in the front because it's film, but I'm more concerned with the picture in the background. I've got that on shot on track 2, and I got this lady on track 1. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm probably going to make a new layer so that I have a separate layer, or that my base layer is not taken up. And in my shape tool, first thing I'm going to make sure that the shape is inverted. I'm then going to use a polygon, and I'm just going to add the shape where the picture is over here, like that. So we'll see if I play that back, there's slight movement. Now on something like this, I'm not going to really bother to be too precise. Turn on auto key, set a keyframe. I'm going to go to the last keyframe, and I'm going to just use my mouse to transform that. You'll see we have a little bit of overlap on the shoulder here. I'm not going to worry about that too much. I'm going to go to the center and maybe transform it a little bit again. And since we have a jump here, I'm probably going to set the transformation here as well. You get the idea. What I'm going to do now is, with the shape selected, I'm going to go to the router and I'm going to export the alpha for this layer. Now what that is going to do is it's going to make the alpha channel that I created with that shape available to the next layer. And the way that I'm going to show that is I'm going to add an over in my composite and then add that as an effect. So you can see now we've used the shape to actually cut a hole into the background layer. So that's great. I'm going to disable the top layer. I'm going to just do a little bit over here. I'm going to desaturate her, and maybe in my lift cam again go and just add a little bit of contrast like that. And when I enable it, you can see the idea. What I'm going to do now is add a pan and scan as an input effect, and you'll see why very shortly. So in my pan and scan, I'm going to also use I'm going to turn that back on again, and I'm going to use my page down, so my cursor is on the second layer. I've turned this little button off because that will either show me the layer that my cursor is on, or if I turn it off, it will show me the result of the output. So in my pan and scan up here, I'm just going to position the lady over there. You do a bit of a scale on that and put her over there. So what we now have is the composite done like that. Now, of course, that's not good enough. What I need to do is apply the same tracking information that I had before. So what I can do is I'm going to use the point tracker, and I'm going to add a new group and a new track to that group, and I'm going to track an area. It should track pretty well. I'm just going to track that forward. See, it's tracked the jump and the move. And when I go back, page down, I'm going to go to the pan and scan in the master layer, select that track and apply it. And what I should have now is the portrait moving as well. Of course, the lady shouldn't be moving, so that could be a still. Other thing I can do if I wanted to is to go and apply a retime to the bottom clip and simply set the scaling to 0. And there we have it. I can now go and change my shape a little bit, add a little bit of softness to that. So, although this might get you out of a pickle every now and then, it's not the best way to do this. Nucoda isn't a compositor, a VFX compositor. I would recommend that you have a look at Digital Fusion. Very easy to get DPX frames in and out of Digital Fusion. Do the compositing in there with a powerful keyer designed for this kind of stuff, and then bringing the frames back in. But sometimes this might help you out of a pickle, so let me know what you think.